we are here called the Colectivo Scenic Panner, which sounds good. We are coming from different parts. I'm more the programmer, and I'm doing also a lot of internet stuff, but mostly in teamwork. So I'm not this kind of single person artist following a career as an artist, but like joining forces. That's for me interesting. And Stefan's coming from more the video side, doing a lot of work for theaters throughout Germany, Switzerland mostly. And the musicians here, well, they will talk, I think, later a little bit also about their experience while improvising with kind of a visual machine. Scenic means, yeah, beautiful landscape in that case. And panner comes from a filmic term called panning, which means pan the camera from the left to the right side. As you can see on the screen on the back, it's already panning from the left to the right side without any images. Just this always repeating loop. So basically, it's a machine, Scenic Panner, we developed in 2005, a few years ago in Chicago. And we made a lot of pictures, and then we thought of we should do kind of an installation or a machine that creates out of all these images kind of a landscape continuously scrolling from the left to the right side, because that was our impression when we bought the car and when we were driving around there. So everything started basically by this observation of a landscape. We found out that actually it would be perfect to combine this kind of generated landscape with music, because music itself has also this kind of this discussion with repetition and stuff. So maybe it would be great just to combine it. That's how everything started. Stefan and I went to Madrid 1 month ago to take a lot of pictures and to fill the database with these Madrid landscapes. And it's a very subjective kind of view we have on Madrid. We were traveling from the airport to the inner city. We saw like this kind of newly built outskirts in Madrid. So we did some kind of dramaturgy for this show here. We thought of, different parts of the city, and while creating this kind of panorama, we had also like this kind of knowledge what we think that our musicians are going to think when they play with all the images.
What we can see here is how this application analyzes sound and puts it into pictures. We're looking at not really a video thing, at a program that grabs tones like this. And I can play that tone, and there's a lot of trucks. The main idea of this thing for us, I think, as musicians, is that we use it as an inspirational tool to perform music that we would not play if we wouldn't look at those pictures. And that's about it. You have to imagine that if we would know the libraries that we play with in advance of the performance, we would have to memorize at least several hundreds of different images and know them by heart. Which tone do they refer to? How loud do I have to play? These are all factors that machines are built for, and we're not machines. So we don't want to know about them. We want to actually find out about what's there in the minute we're starting to play. And yeah, it'll be nice to see you again.
When we start generating some of the imagery, we refer to them also afterwards. So that means that we trigger them, but then we get triggered by them. So it's kind of a feedback loop of deconstructing cities, you may say. When you improvise and you have, like, let's say, your sketchboard is timed. So let's say if you have 30 minutes, you will have some, as in all improvisations, you will have, or some of the improvisations which are working this way, you will have some stations, okay? Stations which will be determined by time, by feeling. Let's say for this one, we're going to have a few scenes, yes.
We have scenes, yeah.
We have scenes. This is something which needs to be said, that it's not a complete random thing, it's controlled randomness, and this is why it's so interesting, because
it's framed, I would say. It's not controlled, it's framed. There's a frame to it. It's like when you put anything, anything you want,
when you put control.
When you put anything you want, anything you find into one frame,
yeah,
and you look at it, your mind always makes some sense of that,
exactly,
regardless of what is in the frame.
Absolutely.
It doesn't really matter. It's an associating tool, so to say.
No, but what I'm trying to talk about is this thread of logic, you may say, in this complete open random thing.
Yes.
You know.